Welcome back to Let's Try Roleplay. This is episode 11 of For Ohmsford. I'm Connor, and I'll be playing the part of Tholme, the human rogue.
I'm Robin, and I'll be playing Nine, the Tiefling Paladin.
I'm James, and I'll be playing Ibothane, the Dragonborn Sorcerer.
I'm Henry, the DM.
In this episode, Tholme enjoys a nice stroll in the forest. But previously...
So you see hundreds of fresh graves, and each one saying, "Fail in the defense of the town."
Oh, I'm gonna be in one of those.
The first signs of anything amiss appears to be at the river.
Yeah, I'm just gonna jump in and try to cut one of its.
You're gonna jump down.
No, I'm not
You're
gonna.
on a wall.
I'm not gonna do that. I didn't.
You have the high ground!
You have the high ground.
What are you gonna say?
I don't know. She's not a person of many words.
Narnia! For Ohmsford!
Good! Look, it doesn't matter if they've got fucking magical resistance or not, I've got fuck all else!
They transform into one of these.
Oh, that's hideous.
That is fucking ugly.
Both of them. Just as he's kind of crossing the threshold to the outside of the town, your telepathic pond clicks out, and that's everything you see.
You just killed Gary 1.0. Big Boss, East Tower, Jesus fucking Christ, help me, I'm about to die.
In your head, you hear the words "walk into the forest."
Walking into the forest, guys!
Yeah, so you begin so immediately your whole body relaxes,
Disappeared.
and you look into the eyes of this giant snake creature, and you begin.
But he
You
can't
climb
see
down
me.
the
Does he need to
stairs.
see me to be able to do this?
It's happened.
Oh.
So yeah, you
Guys,
you
the
immediately
trees
relax.
look lovely tonight.
Your body immediately relaxes, and you begin to walk at a pace of probably 20 feet per second down every
That's
round down the
fast.
stairs. It's every 6 seconds walking 20 feet.
How far
Oh,
away
right,
am
okay,
I?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
the closest, right?
Yeah, you probably are.
How far away am I?
Probably about a dead sprint. 4 rounds.
Shit.
At least I got my... I'm so glad I did that message now. At first I was
What
thinking...
kind of stuff would like shake it? Oh, I don't know. He's been put in a trance. Fuck.
By the way, can I ask, who did you send that message to?
I sent that to...
You get to send it to one person.
No, I thought...
Messages to one... I suppose, yeah. I'll allow you to have sent it multiple times then. It is a cantrip, so it's not too bad.
So who did you sent it to?
I sent it to... Well, I would have sent it to Ibothane, Nine and Eldras.
Alright, cool. So those, I'll say you had enough time to get it off to those 3 people. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the 2 of you have heard this in your head.
I'm running to Tholme.
Alright, cool.
Wait, there's not. Wait a minute.
You're going to be a bastard and just say, like, no, okay.
I have 2 people currently trying to kill me right now. If I disengage, I'm just gonna give them attacks of opportunity. They're gonna go for me.
Sucks not to be a rogue. Also sucks to be a rogue right now. Because that disengage and hide thing worked so fucking well.
Clearly.
Oh my god, I'm running.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. No, I can come for you. Don't worry about it. Got it.
You're going to use your jumping jack flash bullshit.
No, Misty Step, because it doesn't activate attacks of opportunity. I can teleport 30 feet with it.
Nice.
Alright. So the next person to go is 9. You hear this message in your head. You hear the message you heard earlier, and you know that Tholme's in trouble. What do you do?
Right.
Big Boss, Eastgate,
Help.
Soldiers gone.
Jesus
Holy
Christ,
fuck,
help
help
me.
me.
Jesus fucking Christ, help me.
Because the issue is.
Who is
do
Jesus Christ?
I, do I,
Or just for the listeners, look up 1T Abomination, and that's what Tholme saw.
because do I say that? Do I try to bring a contingency force with me, or do I leave them to hold the town and just go on my own?
Hold.
Hold the town, just go on my
Go
own.
on, you're on your own. That's what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
let's all fuck off into the forest.
I would like to alert someone where I'm going, not just be like, bye guys, and just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say.
So how are you doing this? You currently have a very large snake person type thing either side of you. A very large brood guard either side of you.
If I teleport 30 feet, am I still kind of in near people?
You could teleport 30 feet and you'd be down in the street. Yeah.
Would someone here? Wait, who, do I know anybody in this like kind of any names? Who's
Yeah.
None who's going to be left alive if you leave two brutes.
To be completely honest, you would know a couple of people's names. You would have introduced yourself to the people either side of you, or they would have introduced themselves to you.
Oh my god, you're gonna get back and they're all gonna be dead. Sorry guys! Stupid fucking Gary.
You now know what killed Gary.
That fucking bird. Or maybe,
right? You know, I'm just gonna try and kill the brutes, and then I'm gonna come for you.
Okay.
What?
No, I thought, no cool.
What would you do for me? You would leave me to die if it was me.
I can disengage as an accidental and I would be right by your
If
side.
I leave these two brutes here, they're gonna slaughter everybody who's there.
Friends over other people.
That went really well in your head.
Seriously, you're fucking Ibothane over because you're not gonna give him the friggin' standing message scroll
I've
thing.
not said I literally I haven't seen him yet.
Out of character conversation over. 9, what are you doing?
Sorry.
I was like,
I don't know what to do.
Roll highs or lows to make a decision.
No.
Right, so you're staying then.
Oh god. Yeah, because automatically I thought that I need to take down these two before I go. Yeah, I'm gonna take down these two before I go.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and kill the one who I've been fighting this whole bloody time.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's a 14.
You hit. You have advantage.
Yeah, as well to try and take it. No, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
13.
You will hit with that. Yeah.
Yep. And then come on, actually kill him.
You
So
kill
that's
it.
10.
You kill it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Then.
So yeah, hearing this message in your head, you immediately bring your sword arm down and cut the one you've been attacking his head clean off.
Yep.
Spinning around, you now can attack the second.
Spinning around, I am going to attack this bozo. Oh, fuck me.
You have advantage
I
still.
have advantage!
That's a 9.
That's a 9.
9.
So that
Sounds
is
critical.
15.
That'll hit, yeah.
15, and then I would like to use Divine Smite and use 2 spell slots on them. To try and
Okay,
take this
so
guy down
roll initially 1d6, 1d8 for the damage, plus 3.
That's 7.
Ooh.
So I get to roll 3
So
more d8.
7, and then you roll 3 more d8s.
Yep.
8.
Come on!
11.
This could have gone so much more better than I thought it would.
19.
Woo!
Alright, yeah, so with this attack, you bring your long sword down, hitting its neck, and as you hit, you let a burst of your magical energy, your divine energy flow through the sword, and it courses up, and it kind of lightsabers this, so the cut you made is automatic, starts cauterizing you, and the blow you do goes further through as it burns through the flesh. It's not quite dead, bloody close. Its head's nearly been completely chopped off.
Nearly headless Nick.
Nearly headless brood guard. And this brings it to Ibothane's turn. What are you doing?
Okay. I think to myself, Tholme, I have idea, probably get killed. Not such a good idea. I get out my wand of Weasley.
oh my god.
Okay, yeah.
And I, just in case, point it out off the wall.
Uh-huh.
And go teleport me to Tholme, teleport me to Tholme, teleport me to Tholme, and I use it.
Okay, cool. Let
Point
me
it at a wall.
quickly get
No,
it
I
up.
point it off the wall at the enemies, just in case, it's like a nuke or something. Well, I don't know what it does. It's a wand of wonder,
Yeah.
but I call it the Weasley because it's random effect. But yeah, I don't know what it'll do. So
So
there's a
why-
chance it will teleport me to Tholme. There's also a chance it will teleport me to, I don't know, like where we started.
Okay, roll a d100, please.
Oh god. 17.
Okay. Alright. You point this out towards the mass of snakes coming towards you.
I just want to note that I also have my movement after this as well.
That's fine.
Because I'm going to have to run after this goes to shit. I vaporized entire village.
Okay, so you point it out and you just activate it. You blast your magical energy into it. And the wand, using whatever magical means it was used to form it, converts your magical energy into a random kind. And immediately a cyclone blasts out of the end of your wand, blasting in a 60-foot long line directly outwards. Give me a sec. I need to make a strength saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
15.
Alright, cool. Yeah, immediately, every single one of these snakes, the bodies, everything, directly in front of you, blast back. They all get picked off their feet by this cyclone and thrown further away. You haven't killed many, you've killed some, but you've bought the people on the wall quite a lot of time as you blasted. Basically, you blasted the next couple waves back and given them probably about 18 seconds, aka 3 rounds.
Okay, I turn to the ones closest to me and shout, keep them back, Tholme needs me, and then I run out screaming, Boris! Because it's my horse!
What? But you have to... Oh, you see.
If I can ride through the streets, I can get there faster.
Good
So I call for
shout.
Boris.
Yeah, just to say, you bring your wand down, and the gust of wind stays there, and it's blasting still continually backwards. From where you cast it, it
have to give
continues
it
to
to
blast.
someone like, hold this.
So wait, if I jump, will it propel me?
No.
Oh, come on, it would.
You know what? Yeah, actually, yeah. So you're standing there and you point it out and you point it down at the floor. Can you make a fucking, I don't know what kind of check this is going to be.
Acrobatic.
It's like those people, you know, the people who
Strength.
do jet skiing thing where it's like those hoses that you put in the
Yeah,
water
yeah,
and they go
yeah.
flying
Like
off.
some
Yeah,
sort
can
of
you make
jetpack.
can you make a sleight of hand check to control the direction in which you're
Is it
pointing?
sleight of
this?
hand or strength?
Your sleight of hand's better.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
No, thank you. It's a 6!
Alright, so yeah, you point it down at the floor and it immediately kind of blasts you off your feet. You don't make much progress, but you reckon you can probably, with a bit of practice, get this to fly you in the direction you want to go.
I want to do
Is this the flare? Is this the I fucked up signal?
9 turns around and sees Ibothane like in the air going, fuck!
Just to say this. Just to say, this requires concentration, and it lasts for up to 1 minute. You've used it for 6 seconds so far.
Okay, cool.
And
I-
that's
Jesus.
your turn.
How many people
This
did I
brings
knock
us
off
back
the wall?
to not many. It's all right. They're able. You point it directly down, and it expands as it goes out. You haven't knocked people off. the wall.
Okay,
Jesus
okay.
Christ. So you've got there, you started off really well, firebolts, then you made a 10-foot hole, and now you're fucked off in a cyclone jetpack.
It's like, I think he lost the control of that spell. It doesn't look like intentional stuff to me, does it?
Yeah. So this brings us back around to Eldras, who, unseen by any of you, immediately calls to his men. The area he's in at the north is being attacked, but they seem to be holding it well. And he turns around and starts sprinting straight away towards the eastern gate. It'll take him about 2 rounds. He's a bit closer.
Okay.
And this brings us back to Tholme. You, in a glazed over, the world around you seems blurry. All you can see is a pinpoint directly towards the forest, and this compulsion in your mind to go towards it. Compulsion. Shut up.
Oh my, and I can't do anything. Like, I can't act. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, nothing you can do.
I should have tried to charm person to the snake.
Like,
I don't.
Charm person.
Yeah, I can charm person.
That's pretty sick.
hey, sexy fella.
It's like, I know you're the big bad and all that, right? But
You should have
Right.
used an illusion.
This
of
brings
being
us back
something
to
about a
9.
sexy female snake.
This brings us back to 9. 9, you've got 1 more in front of you.
wait, what did I do? Did I just continue walking?
You continue walking.
Fantastic.
dear.
Yep. So, yep, kill the one in front of me, and then if that goes well, I'm gonna jump and start running.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Advantage.
Yep.
So
Okay,
that was
that'll
a yawn
be-
laugh.
That'll be a 21.
That will hit, yep.
Oh, nice.
Roll damage.
I want to roll this one. That'll be 7.
Yep, you take it out. You cut its head off straight away.
Cool. I'm going to call out to whoever's around me, saying my friend needs me at the east gate, hold the river, and use my ring of jumping, jump 30 feet, and then start sprinting.
Alright,
To the
cool.
east.
Roll athletics.
Look to the east.
When the first light comes.
Oh, that's a 9?
Yeah, it is your
Can we
crit,
actually
but
make that her crit?
No, we can't.
Please.
You cannot.
So many names.
I know! That's why I wrote that way.
Someone should do a float test with that dice.
Probably should. It's metal, so it would sink.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, so you immediately start sprinting. You use your jump ring. You don't think you can jump straight down, so you use your jump ring and you kind of use it to jump onto the side, and you kind of wall jump onto the ground. So you haven't gone quite as far as you normally would, but if you just jumped, you would have taken damage with it.
Okay.
And you still have your move. No, you don't still have your movement.
No.
So yeah, you it'll take you probably about to get to where Tholme is 3 turns of a flat out sprint.
Yeah, I'll sprint. Is there horses or
Not
donkeys?
around you, unfortunately.
Unicorns?
No.
Pegasus?
Sadly, no.
Yes.
Sadly, no. This brings it back to Ibothane.
Car.
This brings it back to
I
Ibothane,
wanna
who
continue
is
controlling.
about 10 feet in the air trying to control it. Can you roll...
Continue controlling.
What? You can roll something that you think is appropriate.
What's your highest one? And we shall
I
work out
want-
how it fits.
I want to try.
Performance?
I shout at the cyclone, get in shape, and I use my intimidation. Pull yourself together down there, lads! From what's in Gromit.
I mean...
No.
Like-
Yes, but
Can
no.
I use an Arcana check
Uh-huh.
to try and influence the magic in this
Yeah,
one to
go
help
for
me?
it. Of course you can.
Oh, yes.
That's good.
That's better than pull yourself together.
10.
10. Yeah, I'll let... You're now... You're not travelling as fast as you'd like to be, but you've got it under control. You're pointing it in the right direction and it's pushing you. You're going along in the air. You're not
Am I going faster than if I ran?
currently, but you have the potential to go a lot faster than if you ran. So
Okay.
you've made, in the 2 turns, you haven't travelled as far as if you just run. But if you get this under control, you'll be able to go a hella quick, like jet plane quick.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's yeah.
Christ. That's the second time it would be
Eldras should have listened to us when we said we were useless. One of us is walking into the forest and
So
the other one
how
is
high am
flying
I now?
about on a jetpack.
You're getting higher. You're probably, because you're not rolling that high, you can't control your height, and you are getting higher. You're probably about 30 feet in the air at this point.
How do I get back down?
Could you point it?
You point it up.
Up.
No, that's gonna make you
Yeah.
go very quickly.
How do I get back
Just
down?
like up, down to like slow your descent.
Right, this brings us back to Tholme. Who's
I'm on the
gonna,
lookout for a
you've
lake.
now,
Can
you've
I
now,
not make a save check? Or
Go to the
anything?
river.
I'm afraid not. This lasts for 8 hours.
8 hours. I'm gonna be walking a long time.
You've now walked all the
Jesus.
way down these steps, and the last turn you opened the gate, and you've now started to walk out of the gate. As you walk outside, you see nothing. There's only this big creature here. Nothing else.
Wait, so I've left, and so I can still see the creature. Is he walking with me?
No, he's there. You basically know the big creature is there, but you can see no one else. There are no other snakes here whatsoever.
And can I still see trees and stuff? Can I
Yeah,
see, like, the-
that's basically what you're focused on. You're focused at the trees, probably about a mile ahead of you.
Save me, fairies.
And that's your turn. This brings us back to 9. Do you want to just sprint?
I'm fucking legging it. Is
Alright,
there
cool.
anything I can use that can help? Hold on.
Use your Jar Jar Binks jump.
Yeah, is it faster if we just jump places than
Jump.
it is for
What's
me
your
to...
movement?
Use your jump of Jar Jar.
Hold on.
Your movement would be same as mine, 30 feet.
Yes, but even my speed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speed's 30.
Yeah, so if you run and jump in the same turn using your action, you'll go really far.
Yeah.
Like, really
I
fast.
would like to do that, please.
Alright, cool.
How
There.
fast is Tholme walking?
Tholme's just walking at a leisurely pace, so he's 15 to 20 feet around. He's not... The 30 feet you guys normally use is like a jog. Sprinting would be when you dash, so it doubles your movement. So walking 20 feet around.
Am I high enough for 9 to have seen me yet?
Roll perception 9.
12.
Alright, yeah, so as
Jesus.
you're...
Oh.
so yeah,
Oh,
you
no.
jump off this roof and you run and you jump again, and as you rise up above the second story town, you look over towards where the other fighting is happening, and you see a blue dragonborn wearing a big long alligator skin coat with holding it like this, with a massive cyclone coming out of what seems like his feet,
Seems like
flying
his ass.
flying through the air, looking kind of scared how he's doing it, and you know it's Ibothane, because who else would it be? And yeah, you see him doing that. Ibothane, can you once again roll Arcana?
I would like to chuckle at this.
God, 6.
Yeah, so you're moving at roughly the pace you would be if You're really not. I want to say you are, but you're not.
Is it like the same pace Tholme's walking at?
Yeah, it's like the same pace Tholme's walking, but the issue is you're also going up a lot. So you're now probably about 50 feet in the air above the buildings, which is probably itself at about 60 feet in the air.
Is this how Ibothane died?
Tholme, you continue to walk into nothingness. Eldrass, at this point, bursts. We then cut to Eldrass as he bursts out into the street with the just open gate that Tholme has just walked through. He bursts out holding this very large broadsword in both hands. Skids on the street and looks around. He can't see anyone. He goes and looks over at the gate and he sees. He pokes his head out and sees you about 20 feet out, just walking, doing nothing else. That's his turn. And this brings us back to 9.
You're okay to figure you're.
I think I'm cool.
I've heard that one before.
Because I was gonna say I could try and catch you.
You're still pretty far away from
Yeah,
me.
you are pretty far away from each other at
Bollocks.
this point.
I would like to do what I did before, which is run and jump full on.
Yep,
long
so you
jump
get
style.
quite close. You're now kind of at the bottom of you land on the jump from your second jump. You land in the plaza. You sprint across the plaza next to where the town hall is. And you jump once again, probably like running up and doing a wall jump off of the town hall itself, and continue to you're doing some pretty hardcore parkour here. Every time, like doing a second double jump in the air. Ibothane, roll Arcana again.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
How long have I got until this runs out?
You've got like another 30 seconds at least.
Can you alert me on the round where it runs
Right,
out?
yeah, so you've had...
Because I want to. That's the round where I need to save myself. Because otherwise I can still kind of.
This is the third round.
18.
18, yeah, so you get this under control. You've now got this down. You're still kind of really high up, and you know that you're really high up, but you kind of have a choice. Lower yourself down or go to Tholme really quickly.
Tholme really quick.
Tholme really quickly, yeah. You essentially, so from pointing this directly down, you bring it up, like tilt your hands.
It's a VTOL's takeoff.
You pretty much VTOL takeoff, and you just go like 9. You probably see him. He probably like. I'm talking at the speed you fire your magic missile. You're flying through the air towards.
And wind damage. Like...
You're flying through the air backwards, I must say, towards the eastern gate. At this rate, you're going to reach it on your next turn. You'll be able to reach wherever you want, potentially actually Tholme on your next turn.
Okay.
Q rolling a 1.
You are 50 feet. You are at this point 50 feet in the air.
Okay, cool.
That's your turn.
That's
Tholme,
the-
you
that's my
continue to
turn.
walk. Eldrass sees you. He calls out, Tholme. You make a wisdom save.
I'm like,
With
fuck off, mate.
disadvantage.
Going to find some trees with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
so I could
You
actually
don't
get.
need the
I
disadvantage.
could actually get less than a.
If only that was advantage. So you get a 3. Yeah. So you somewhere in the back of your mind you get this sensation that someone's calling your name, but you're like, no, I have to go forward. And that is your turn. Eldrass will sprint forward and sprint over towards you. As he does so, just outside of these gates, the large snake creature drops down behind him. It's now between both of you and the gates itself. This brings us to 9. Are you continuing to run? Alright, cool. So you continue to run and you land from your second jump, having jumped directly over some buildings, and you drop into just in front of this gate. You can't see through the gate, but you can see that it's open.
Cool.
And that's your turn. Ibothane, roll Arcana one more time.
So this round is I reach him and then I get to act to try and lower myself, or
Yes.
okay.
Onto the snake.
Oh yes.
That's totally. Wait, how much
Cyclone
distance
him.
is there between? Okay, I'm just gonna try and land it first before we got this. That's a good. That's a 19.
19, yeah, you continue to blast yourself through the air, and looking down, you see yourself getting close to the perimeter, and you know you're very close to the edge. You need to try and get yourself down to where Tholme is now.
Yeah.
What you have an action there. That was your movement.
Oh wait, so I get down to.
You
Am I landed or very low?
you're still 50 feet in the air, but you're above where you want to get down.
Okay,
And you
so
have an action.
Now I have an action.
Yes.
Can I use my action to try and lower myself again?
You can, yes.
Yeah, so
do
I
you have
wanna
a
try and-
specific way you want to do this?
I just want to land next to Tholme.
All right. So looking down, you're probably above the actual gate itself, and you can see Nine on one side, and you can see Eldrass and Tholme on the other. As you look down, you see this giant snake creature that I described.
Oh wait, okay, so the snake is in between those
Yes.
guys. So if it's a compass, yeah, with Eldrass and Tholme at the north, the snake in the center, and and Nine in the south. I
Yes.
want to try and land in the west.
Okay, yeah.
Because I want to try and like push it away with my Wonder Weasley.
All right,
when I
yeah. So
land.
that was that's the direction in which you were going. So probably what you're doing is you still have your sideways momentum, but you point it downwards and lessen your power that you're flowing through it, and which means that you start to lower. And with the Arcana check that you got, it's pretty good. You're able to land sort of maybe how far away do you want to be? 30 feet.
I can't. Yeah. Well, I want to kind of be like 20 feet away from the snake.
All right,
so
so
I
yeah,
get a
you
good
land
range.
20 feet off to the left with the way that the snake is looking.
Yeah.
9, you would see him drop out of the air.
What?
And,
Land
probably
3
over
foot.
the other side of the wall. You essentially see him like shoot catapult style over the wall and disappear behind it.
Cool.
Is that
You're
as
on
much
that
as
side.
I can do in
That's
that?
probably as much as
Okay.
you can do at the moment. I've got to say, the landing you do is probably pretty cool. I'm imagining you like in one hand whipping it round and pointing it and starting to point this cyclone towards.
Yeah, but I haven't done that yet.
You haven't done
Right,
that
okay,
yet.
cool.
But, like,
Okay.
But
But soon, next move.
Right, so this brings it to Eldrass's turn. He's going to see this thing land directly behind him. He'll whip around, and pretty much his first instinct is to attack it. He will
take a wisdom saving throw.
it's his turn first.
Ah, good. Thank fuck.
What's he going to do? Right. Yeah, he will take his sword in one hand, and the thing is probably about 10 feet away from him, and he'll flick it towards this massive snake. And as he does so, a big long whip of lightning comes out of it and wraps around the snake's
Oh,
arm.
that's cool. He was the one doing that.
So he's pretty much the guy from Iron Man 2.
Yeah, kind of.
Whiplash.
Whiplash.
Was he Whiplash? I always forget his name.
Give me a sec.
I actually liked that. I liked him as a baddie.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get so many emails.
Oh, come on, he was better than ones from the other Iron Man films.
No, I like Warmonger.
Oh, what about the third one? The fucking.
Oh god,
right.
the third one is crap.
I'm surprised Ben Kingsley did something like that. Like.
I'm not. That's like hilarious.
Right,
so
I
this-
actually kind of like that.
The abomination has to take a strength saving throw, which it will fail, in a matter of fact. And what happens is, as this whip wraps around, probably it actually wraps around its torso. It's a snake, so it's got a long torso. He pulls it back, and kind of the lightning cracks, sending damage into it and pushing it towards him. So it will take 2d8 damage, lightning damage. 1, 2. It will take 9 damage, and it will be pushed 10 feet towards him. So it's essentially in close combat with Eldrass at this point. That's pretty much his turn. He can't do anything else. He'll bring. He's got this in one hand at this point, and I'm going to say as his bonus action, he pulls round his shield. He's currently long sword in one hand, shield in the other. This will take it to the Abomination's turn. The Abomination itself is going to have this happen to him, and it is going to bring both of it. It's going to bring its scimitar down against Eldrass, and it's going to do that twice. They are one of the. Neither of those are going to hit.
Yes, Eldras.
Luckily, yeah. So it brings its scimitar down. One clangs off his shoulder plate, and it brings it down again. And Eldrass manages to bring his shield up and crash it. It crashes into it. It buckles him slightly, but he's strong enough that he manages to stay on his feet.
Hell yeah.
As this happens, it brings its tail around and wraps it around Eldrass.
What if I blow them both away?
It will miss. It brings its tail around and tries to whip him across, but he manages to jump, and it goes underneath him. And that's its turn. This brings us to Tholme. With the arrival of your friends, I'm going to let you make another wisdom saving throw. And the sound behind you.
I'm going to use different dice.
So does sound allow him to make...
it's kind of things that can bring him out of this trance.
Let's go 14.
I'm afraid you continue to walk into the night. Hey, Henry here. Hope you're enjoying the episode. If you are, then you can tell us about it. We've got a Facebook group. We're at Let's Try Roleplay on Twitter. Or you can email us at letstryroleplay@gmail.com. Our current release schedule is once a week, but maybe over summer, maybe later on, we're going to try and get to 2 a week. And also tell your friends about us, and we'd be much appreciated. And that's that. Hope you enjoy this wee break. Go do something.
Okay, it's my turn.
It is now
Fine.
Nine's turn. You're on the other side.
shit.
You can hear the sound. You've heard the sound of
Got
lightning
that.
striking, and you've heard the sound of clanging off of armor from the other side.
Yeah.
Do you run through?
Because I wouldn't know what I wouldn't know what everything was about to do. Yeah, I run through and
Okay.
attack it.
Okay, so you run
No,
through.
it's perfectly fine. It's good. It's good.
You run through to the other side, and you see this massive snake creature with two hulking arms holding the scimitar. Bring it down onto the top of Eldrass. I'm assuming you stab.
I go to stab it in the
You're gonna
back.
go stab it.
Yeah,
Are you
but that's-
one-handing or two-handing this sword?
Bollocks.
You'll have to drop your shield.
She could stow her shield behind her. It's a very well-made shield. It's not quite Captain America style, but
Yeah.
you can two-hand it. All right, cool. Roll to hit. 2 dice.
Huh?
Roll to hit. Well, you get 2 attacks. So
Yeah. What's that? 6. So that'll be 12.
I'm afraid that will not hit.
Okay. Then again.
That's cocked.
that-
Re-roll that.
I was like, how did that happen?
Is that a nat 1?
Yes.
Oh dear. So yeah, you roll up. You run up to this, and
Guys, I'm counting on you.
you go at its tail, but as you do so, as you're about to try and stab into its tail, it brings it round and tries to thwap. Is that the right word? Swipe. Swat. That's the word I'm looking
Where
for.
did
It tries to
thwap
swat.
come from?
Thwap is a word. I don't know where it came from. It tries to yes. It tries to swat Eldrass, which he managed to dodge, but you aren't able to hit him, unfortunately. This brings it to Ibothane.
Right. Okay. My question
Bring out
is:
the snake nado.
do I notice? I've got another plan. Do I notice that Tholme is trying to wake up from the trance?
You would notice that he's walking away.
Would I because obviously we're arriving making lots of noise. Would I notice him? Is he like shaking his head, like trying to come out of it and failing, or is he?
As
Just...
you go on, like.
He's not so
Am
much
I
trying to do
noticing
that.
anything?
What you would see is Tholme out kind of in the darkness, walking away from you, walking into the forest.
Would you
Away
make the
from the
connection
fight.
that I'm just randomly walking away? Or do you think I would be doing this because I feel like
Can I
it?
speak and it not be my action?
As long as it's not too much, yes.
I just want to shout Tholme's name really, really loudly.
Yeah, go for it.
I can't shout in this voice. So
Yeah, fair enough.
just yeah.
Do it.
Tholme!
Yeah, alright, so Tholme, make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Oh, thank fuck. Oh, I've got 17!
Yep, you snap out of it.
Oh,
you are about
That wasn't
40...
even my plan. I was going to use Thunderwave.
Yeah, you snap out of this, and you are... You don't really remember what's happening. The listeners, what's been happening is kind of the same way I described it to Ibothane during his solo session. But you snap out of it, and you're kind of disorientated, but you remember wanting to walk out there, but you no longer want to, and that is... You're all better. You'll be able to act on your next turn.
Oh, thank fuck.
I get an action.
I'm going to take that as your bonus action.
Okay.
You get an action and a move still.
I'm not going to move,
Mm-hmm.
but what... I think seeing that my friend's sort of engaging this guy, I'm gonna hold the one sort of just sort of blowing next.
You
to
can
me.
just end it when
Oh.
you want.
As a bonus action. I've already used the bonus action.
I'll let you use it as a free action. Like,
Okay, cool. I'll end it.
You don't have to do anything. You can just end it.
You could have told me that when I initially flew into the fucking air. Turned out well. Could have killed me. Right. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna end that.
Mm-hmm.
When they're engaged with it, because an enemy normally takes up like a 5 foot square. Would a
This takes up quite a big square.
Ooh, cool.
This takes up.
So if I shoot a 5 foot line, it's not going to hit the other
Not
two.
necessarily, no.
Right. I want to use my breath weapon.
Go for it.
Oh.
What does it have to do?
Dex save.
So yeah, it is going to make a dex save which it will pass.
Okay, so it takes half damage.
It takes half damage. Roll the
Cool.
damage.
So it's 1d6.
1d6.
It's a 2 damage.
2 points of damage.
Still
Lightning
something.
damage, yeah?
Still something.
I still have
But it looked awesome.
Yeah, so you open your mouth, rear back, and this blast of lightning shoots from inside your throat out and courses across the surface of this.
I kind of imagine it to be like
Godzilla's
Godzilla's
noise.
plasma noise with that noise, but more lightning-y.
That's cool.
Except
That's
you
what I
just do it when you just kind of cough like.
And the little one hits him. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Right. This will bring it back to
It
This will bring it back to Eldras, who is going to make 2 swipes. Take 2 swipes at it with his sword. I'm gonna roll both of them together. One's a crit,
Yes.
and the other one will hit.
Oh,
So I'll
yes.
resolve the hit first. I'm afraid I don't have my crit cards with me. I'll have them for maybe the next time we play.
Just call it quadruple damage and
No,
auto crit. for the rest
so
of
it's
the
going to be
encounter.
double damage, which will be through 4d8 plus 2 damage.
Jeez.
Fucking hell.
3, 9 plus 4 plus 2, so that's going to be 11 damage. So it takes 11 damage, and then that's the crit. Take it down to that.
Jesus.
And the
What
normal
was
hit
that?
will do
11.
12 damage, we'll do 14 damage.
So this is Eldras attacking.
Eldras is attacking, and that's his turn.
Eldras,
This
so-
now takes it to its turn. Having noticed that you are behind it, it's going to
Hello.
take a swipe at you with the tail that it's brought all the way around.
Yeah.
That will be
At least
a 19 to hit.
Yeah. So at least if I die, I'm with
Alright,
my
so it's
friends.
going to be a 19 to hit. So it brings its tail round, and you take, as it hits you, you take 13 points of damage.
Okay.
And as its tail hits you, it continues to wrap around you and completely wraps you up. You're trapped inside its tail, and it starts to constrict you.
Wow, I wish I could use Thunder Wave right now.
You are grappled.
Wait a second. Have I fought one of these before?
No, you haven't. This is new.
But I saw the kid walk into the river.
You saw the kid walk into the river.
Right. Okay, so I haven't seen it then.
Yeah, just to say, you are grappled. So that means I'll give you a quick read of what the grappled means.
Okay, because I think I've got a plan. It's got a
Alright,
good
so
one.
grappled. The grappled creature's speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any bonus to speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. The condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or the grappling effect, such as when a creature is held away by the Thunder Wave spell. You are restrained as well due to this, which means that the restrained creature becomes 0, attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the attack creature's rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
What was that about the Thunderwave spell?
The actual rulebook says, such as when a creature is held away by the Thunderwave spell.
Does what?
It ends the grapple.
I can take it.
I have careful spell, so I can automatically make you pass the thing.
As this happens, it's going to take its further 2 scimitar attacks once again against Eldras.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Shit!
One of those will hit, and it will do 10 damage against him. It brings its scimitar down twice. Once knocks out his shield out of the way, and the other time gets him. It goes deep into his shoulder. His armor protects him quite a bit because luckily it's gone into the side that's armored. But he's pretty bad. It hurts him quite bad. This brings it to Tholme's turn. You're back.
Oh,
You're back, baby.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
again.
Tholme's
Tholme's
back. Get your dirties ready.
Yeah.
Jesus. What do I want to do? Am I just going to run straight back in after this guy?
Yes.
How far away am I from him?
You're about 40 feet away.
So, I mean, I can get up to him.
Oh, because I'm trapped, so you can
'cause
use your sneak attack.
Yeah, because you're within 5 feet.
Eldras is within 5 feet as well.
Yeah, but he's 40 feet. So when you said 40 feet away, am I 30 feet away or 40?
You are 40 feet away. For a bit of help, you can dash.
Yeah, talk to me about dash.
Dash, you get
Talk
to move
dash you to
twice.
me.
Dash is a bonus action that you can take. Most people can take it as a normal action, What it means is you get to move double movement that turn. Essentially, you move and then you dash and get to move another 30. So that would take you into combat range. And you would get your sneak attack because he's 5 feet away from Eldras.
Yeah, and then can I continue to just run past him? Because I've got cunning
you
action.
Could, yeah, you could. No, you have to use that dash as that cunning action is part of your dash.
So I would take an attack of all.
If you continue to run, yes.
Can I hide?
No.
Oh no, because that's part of cunning action.
Yeah,
as well.
because that's part of cunning action as well. You're using your
Can
cunning
I?
action.
But
to
I
dash.
can use. I could also alternatively use my hand crossbow. But
Could.
is that gonna take?
You would still get sneak attack.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, do that. Crossbow the fucker.
I'll hand crossbow the fucker.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Roll to hit.
Tholme's back, baby.
19
Tholme's
plus
back.
19 plus 6.
Yep, so that's a 25. That will hit. Roll damage with sneak attack. So you get 3d6 extra damage. I'll give you 2d6 there.
So 4d6 plus or
Plus 4d6 plus 3. So that's 6, 7, 11, 16 plus 3 would be 19 damage. Not too bad.
Yes.
Alright. That brings it round to Nine's turn.
Can I get? How is he looking? What did that do?
Okay, so yeah, you fire this, you turn around and you immediately see him. You whip your crossbow out, fire it, and you're doing this just as he brings his scimitar down into Eldras's shoulder, and as you do so, it exposes part of its neck, and this goes directly into his neck. You reckon you've got something
As in where the
the
venom
side
pouch
of
is?
his neck. The side of his neck.
So not where the venom pouch is.
Well, the venom pouch was in the front of the neck on the other creature. You don't know what this guy has. So this is going into where, on people, your jugular would be. You've done a lot of damage with this, and it's gone deep, this crossbow bolt.
I would say
this-
thoracic inlet, but someone would stab.
Yeah. Are you moving
I was
closer?
gonna say that.
No question, you still would have your bonus and your move for
Yeah,
this.
I just want to do that first. So my bonus action, I can hide, which
You
I
can.
might as well, and then my movement as well.
Your movement as well.
So I can I run closer and
You
then
can.
hide?
Yeah, so I'm going to say, yeah, you run closer, and because there have been battles out here, there are probably craters where magical explosions, something's happening. You run and dash, and you kind of duck inside one of these, and kind of use it as cover. That is your turn. This brings it back to 9.
Right. How do you break out? Is there any way you can break out of a grapple?
Yes, it will take a strength saving throw,
Strength saving
which
throw.
will take up your action.
Do I have a bonus action though with that?
You would have a bonus action, yes.
Is it cheeky to use my Viability to cancel out the fact that you have disadvantage on this?
You could use that. Yeah, it would cancel the disadvantage, and you would
Can
get
you roll it and
and
then
if you wanted to
decide-
attack. So the way it worked is the breaking out the grapple would take your action. You wouldn't get to attack, but that would break you out of the grapple. What alternatively you could do would be cast your Vow of Enmity and then attack, which would mean you're still grappled and you can't move, but you don't get disadvantage on the 2 attacks you make. That's the alternative.
Yeah.
They're kind of the 2 things that I reckon you might want to do.
Yeah. Because it's like, in terms of attack, I can't really do much because my tail's probably all wrapped up in the grapple, so I can just like headbutt him or something, or like bite his neck, and I'm like, I don't know
Like-
where the venom pouch is.
Were the Vow of Enmity to succeed, I would say something along the lines of you, rather than you actually casting the vow, you manage to get your arms free of this tail, which means you're free to attack rather than just being able to swipe at him from within the tail. That's how I would say it would go, because you're getting rid of the disadvantage you have off of it.
Okay. That's cooler. I want to do that. So I'd like to... do I use Vow of Enmity first?
You can, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like to use my
Cool.
Vow
So you use your Vow of Enmity, and as part of this screaming at this creature, you rip your arms out, put them up above you, and grab this sword in 2 hands, ready to essentially just stab into the tail that's surrounding you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and then you do so.
Yeah.
Alright, roll the first one. You just don't get a disadvantage, but you're just normal.
25?
That will hit. Yeah, roll damage.
Yeah. So I would also like to use more Divine Smite. on this
Okay.
As well. So that's
a lot of damage.
2,
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of damage.
8. I want to kill this guy.
So you get your normal one. You get your normal D10
Oh, it's a D10. Oh my
because
god,
you're
it's a
using 2
D10.
hands.
Oh, da da.
Have we just sort of thrown capturing out the window?
I was just thinking
Because
that.
I've just sort of spent the last 5 minutes looking through my spells to try and think how I can try and help capture this thing.
Oops.
Are we just thrown out the window?
No, but I mean the thing is, I would if he didn't have this fucking.
If you didn't have the wisdom
Totally,
thing.
yeah.
So
Because we could capture him and then we could walk in to interrogate him and he'd be like, "You want to walk into the
D10,
toilet?"
2D8,
Like,
yeah.
I want to walk into the toilet.
Cool.
Yeah.
D10 and 2d8.
Well, for the purposes of roleplaying.
13.
13 points, you plus your strength.
For the purpose of roleplaying, it won't
That's
change
16.
the spell.
16 points of damage on your first attack, and
How many points?
16.
Hell yeah.
That'll take him to.
Nine's pissed.
Alright, and your second attack?
Henry only pressed one button there, which means he's in less than 10.
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. I would just like to.
He might be like
just
on
try and
100
chop his
health
head
more
off.
than he's just sort of taken one off.
Yeah, try and stab him where Tholme has hit him with his crossbow.
Alright.
Ooh.
You couldn't, because that's up there, but you can go back into the tail that's surrounding you,
Yeah.
because you're still grappled. So I'm kind of imagining you bring it down once, take it out and stab it again.
I'll do that again.
Probably won't hit, yeah,
No.
probably won't hit.
No.
Nah.
That was your chance
So
to
you
get
stab in once, and you try and pull it out to stab again, but it's difficult to pull out because you have stabbed very deep with this, and you go to pull it back out and you can't quite. So it takes you 2 tries to get it back out, and you're once again held above your head, but you can't attack again. This brings it to Ibothane.
Right. So, you know, because it's grappling 9,
Mm-hmm.
if I use frostbite on it,
Mm-hmm.
which gives it, like, it says you cause a numbing frost to form on one creature that you can see within range,
Mm-hmm.
would that affect 9?
No,
No.
it wouldn't. She might have the frostbite because it'd be on that creature. The frost might
So she
touch
would get
her.
cold, but it
She
won't
would
damage
get cold,
her.
but it wouldn't damage her.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Right. I want to use frostbite on it then.
Okay, cool. What does that take?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, cool.
I don't know what my Constitution saving throw thing
It was
is.
your
but it's my
spell save
my
DC.
spell save
So what's your spell save DC?
15.
15. It passes with a 15.
Damn it. Well, in that case, it doesn't say anything about when it. Alright, so no. No. It just fucking gets away with it.
Alright, yeah,
So
so
it's a failed spell.
you create this ray of frost coming out of your hand, and it goes towards it, and it hits it, but it's a very big creature, and you're probably not used to fighting creature this size, and maybe its midriff gets coated in frost,
And
but
ice,
it doesn't do
ice
any
is not my
damage.
specialty.
And ice is not your specialty.
This
You
goes against everything
probably
I've ever-
as you draw the magical energies from around you, probably put a bit of fire in with it by accident, which it
Just
starts to
melts it,
form
and
the
you
ice,
just
but
throw
then the
water
ice
at it.
melts again, and it gets wet and dripping. But yeah, I'm gonna say the whole thing is now covered in a layer of water, but it's not
Right,
covered in
okay,
ice.
okay. Ooh, and as a bonus action, I want to make some magic stones.
Cool. You make some magic stones.
From my bag of pebbles.
Remember, I've got my sling.
Reach
Yeah.
into your
But
bag
if
of
I throw
stones.
you one of these stones, it'll hurt you so.
Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, you reach into your bag of pebbles at your waist and pull out 3 stones one in between each of your 4 fingers.
Yeah.
And blast a bit of magic into them. You're able to
Sweet.
create that. This brings it back round to Eldrass, who, having been hit pretty badly right there, is going to once again stab into this thing's arm. He's going to do that twice. Once again, rolling a crit and a hit.
I like that.
So that is
With the
going to
exact
be
same numbers
with
as
the
well.
exact same numbers on the same dice as well.
Jesus.
So that is going to be.
Fix.
Yeah, it might be, you know. So that's going to be I'll do the non-crit first. That's 2d8. That's going to be 12 plus 4. So that 12 plus 2. So that's 14 damage on that one. And then on the crit, that'll be 4d8. So that's 4, 9, 16, 17, 18 damage, which will take him
Nice.
down to that. That is Eldras's turn. He stabs once into this creature's arm, brings it out and swipes down on with a critical hit, and he goes through, like, if in a normal person's arm you have 2 bones, it goes through the first bone into the center where he originally stabbed in, and he pulls it out.
On
So
his
he
arm?
stabbed, of its arm, and it almost drops its scimitar as it basically has its arm half cut off.
Yeah.
This brings it back round to its turn. It is going to, it's going to squeeze you, 9, really hard. This automatically hits because you're grappled by it.
Cool.
And it is going to do
I'm gonna heal.
9. It's going to do 14 damage to you. And as it does so, it's then going to bring its scimitar once again, twice back down onto Eldrass. Neither of which will hit. Rolling 2 shit rolls. And yeah, Eldrass, having done this thing, it brings the scimitar once up again, but its aim is off. Some of its tendons have been snapped, and it can't quite hit perfectly on. And Eldrass manages to deflect these with his shield. This brings us to Tholme's turn. What you gonna do?
Do I just go for another? I can still get my sneak attack on it.
Yes.
Might as well.
Stabby, stabby.
Shooty. Right, okay, yeah, I'm gonna fire my crossbow at it again.
Cool, go for it.
Go for its neck.
Go for its neck again. Yeah.
Just gonna be is that 18 to hit? No, that's a 20 to hit.
Right, that will hit. Yeah.
Good.
So roll damage.
So
that's
46.
46 plus 3.
Yeah. Right. Ooh. So that's gonna be
16.
16. Yeah.
16 damage
What?
plus
No.
3,
19.
19.
Yeah, 19.
So yeah, you once again shoot this crossbow bolt into its neck, and you actually manage to get it directly on the side. Blood. No, I'm gonna say you get it into almost the same wound, and it's rather than the first crossbow bolt went in and sealed
Can I
the
do
wound.
Robin Hood and split the arrow?
You know what? Yeah, you can. Yeah, so the first crossbow bolt you fired in, what it did was it went in, but unfortunately it plugged the wound that it made because it was such a precise shot. The second one, you go directly through the middle and you split this arrow. Essentially, the wound you'd already made gets ripped open and blood starts to pour down one side of this creature. That is that, and this brings it back to Nine's turn. Unless you have anything else you would like to do.
Yeah, no, I think I'm alright.
Alright, cool. Nine's turn. What do you want to do?
Lay on hands, is that a full action?
That is, yes. Well, depending on what you want to do exactly. What do you want to do with it?
I heal myself for a
You
wee bit.
can do that. It'll probably be a full action.
Yeah.
How much health have you got?
12.
Out of...
48.
Yeah, 48.
If you want to continue attacking, I got you.
Yeah, but if it squeezes me again, I go unconscious.
But it's my turn before its turn, isn't it? I'm after
Yeah, it
this.
is, yeah.
And I get I can use healing word as a action, as a bonus action, so I can attack and use healing word.
Realistically, you're just going to get more health points back, and even if you get like 13 health back, it's just going to take them straight away again.
I
But it's
can give
next
you.
Yeah, I'll attack again.
This fucker must be nearly dead.
I can give you
Keep
one
going.
3d4 health. back.
Just
Yeah, I'm just gonna attack again.
Alright. Attack.
Okay.
Roll to hit. First attack.
That'll be a 13.
That will not hit.
come on.
22.
That will hit. Yes.
Okay, cool. I would also again like to use Divine Smite, but I'm gonna.
Awesome.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna do it as level 2 because I really want to kill
Just
this
fucking
thing.
smoosh him.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get
It's
1d10 and 3d8.
Yeah.
Smoosh him good. Oh my god, come on.
2, 7, 4, 3, 19 damage.
19 damage. Alright, yeah, you. Ooh. You bring this down, and I'm going to say at this point, you probably cut off the section of tail you're holding, because this is in a bad way, this creature.
Yes.
You've got yourself free, you bring it down onto the same wound you'd already cut, and you cut through that section of the tail. You feel the constriction on you that's been slowly getting tighter release, and you're no longer, I'm going to say you're no longer grappled. You're able to get your breath back, and yeah, you're no longer grappled.
Yeah.
Ibothane.
Sweet.
I want to use for my bonus action healing word,
Alright, roll it.
which I'm going to use as a 3rd level spell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I'm going to note down my 3rd level spell, and then I'm going to use. So that gives me 3d4 plus my spellcasting modifier.
Shit.
So, and I'm using it on 9.
Yeah.
1,
3,
3, 6 plus 4, 10. So you get 10 health back.
You get 10
Oh
HP back.
Jesus, thank you.
10 health points back, and then I look at the magic stones I'm holding, put them on the floor and revert to type. I cast Firebolt.
Roll to hit.
You doing twin spell or anything?
I can't twin spell, have to hit different targets.
Yeah,
with
they
them.
do.
Nat 20!
Nat 20, roll it.
Oh my god. That
Wait.
So is it double damage?
Yeah, double damage.
4d10? Please be good.
What's your... Alright, roll the first dice. Okay, roll again.
Oh shit. I've dropped my dice. No, not now.
This is
Where's it
important.
This moment ruined as he's trying to find his dice.
Where's it gone? I've lost it.
Genuinely.
Jesus Christ.
Where's it gone?
Oh, I'll help you look.
Right, everyone
I
onto the
found it.
table.
Got it.
Yay! Second dice, right?
Yep.
So that was a 10.
9.
That's 11 points.
7.
19.
18.
18.
Nice.
No, it's 11. Sorry, I thought you said 12.
16.
No.
No, yeah,
18.
18.
I thought you said it was 12.
And a 2. So
2. So
20.
20. How do you want to kill it?
Yeah!
Describe how it dies.
I want to hit it with a really big firebolt
Okay.
that's so strong that it like disintegrates part of it as it flies through it.
Alright, yeah, so you blast this magical energy out of the area, coalesce it into this fireball in your hand. You hurl it forward, and it like a railgun. You hurl it forward, it goes at normal speed, and then suddenly catches fire and blasts directly through this thing's chest sideways. You blast a hole that immediately cauterizes so it doesn't bleed, straight through from essentially one armpit to the other, and it freezes and falls sideways away from you.
I look at everyone else and go, "You're welcome."